Hello and welcome, I'm Bert the Stormtrooper, and today we're going to be taking a look at Transformers 2015 Robots in Disguise Steeljaw. Now, in case you didn't watch my previous video with Strong Arm, I had already picked up Bumblebee and Grimlock from the 2015 line, like those two figures quite a bit, and I had skipped the last two, Strong Arm and Steeljaw, because they haven't really been getting that great reviews online. And I didn't really want to pay the only place that I'd found them at so far had been Toys R Us. They're a little, they ask a couple bucks more than the other guys. I didn't really want to pay that price for two figures that I really wasn't interested in and have not been seeing very good reviews of. So I had skipped on these so far. And recently I was listening to the most recent episode of the TFW 2005 podcast. And the fellow Transformer reviewer Evangelist had mentioned that he had picked these guys up, and kind of the same way that I came into this, having heard relatively negative reviews about them, picked them up, checked them out, and found them to be quite cool. So he gave them a pretty fair review. He talked about the negative and the positive, but overall the sense that I got was that they were pretty okay, and that they were not as bad as they were being made out to be. So I was hanging out at Target. I ran across these figures, which was a little cheaper than Toys R Us was. I had a gift card left over from Christmas, so I figured, what the heck, let me grab them and check them out. And I am very, very, very glad that I did, because I ended up really liking these figures. Strong Arm I like okay, but Steeljaw here, I absolutely love this figure. This guy is just so crazy that I just love it in every way. It's just so cool. So let's get started with Steeljaw here. Released in January of 2005. He is brand new and currently hitting stores as of the time of this recording. And he's retailing for approximately $13 to $15 depending on where you get him. He's a little more at other places. Here in buggy mode, he's approximately 5 inches long and about 2 inches tall. And I really love what this buggy is doing here. And again, I'm going to quote Evangelist from the podcast here, because the way he described this buggy almost sold it to me. And then when I looked at it in person, I said, yeah, he's absolutely right. So it looks like Steeljaw here. We'll bring in the box so you can see what Steeljaw looks like. And you can see the instructions are on the back of the box here. And you can see the artwork for what he's going to look like on the show there. So Steeljaw here, in the words of Evangelist, and don't quote me word for word, but I think the basic idea was that he is a space werewolf that tries to turn into a space buggy that looks like the head of a wolf and is not quite succeeding, but still looks cool trying. Something along the lines of that, and I have to 100% agree that is what this toy is doing, and that is just crazy enough for me to love. Check this guy out. This is some kind of a little buggy vehicle that just, you don't know what it's trying to do, but it looks cool. I really love the design of this vehicle. Now, Steeljaw does come with a weapon. He's got this Wolverine claw that he comes with. Now, if you've watched my videos, you know that I am not a fan of weapons that integrate. I like my weapons to integrate into the vehicle and hide away somewhere or actually become part of the vehicle. I'm not a fan of sticking a gun on the top of the vehicle and saying that's it, that's your weapon storage. I'm not a fan of that. So, but I point that out because I'm a little bit of a different opinion with this guy. So the weapon here, he's got the handle that he's going to hold the handle with his fist in. When he gets to robot mode. I completely just forgot English there just now. Completely forgot the language. So there's a handle that he's going to use his fist to hold with in robot mode. That's better. And then on the bottom here, he's got this little tab. And on the top of the vehicle, there's a slot. So they tell you to slot his weapon storage is to slot this guy right on top of the vehicle, right there. And for once, that really works. I think that actually improves the vehicle mode even more than it already was. I already loved the vehicle mode the way it was. This made it better for me. I don't know what it is. It's crazy. It's just, I don't know how it works. It just does. I absolutely love the way that looks. So taking a look all the way around. It's just this buggy that kind of looks like a wolf head, but not really succeeding and still looks cool trying. That's exactly what this is, and I love it. So, getting into Transformer, and he rolls okay. There you go. So, getting into transformation. Let's get the weapon out of here. The transformation for this guy is really interesting. And again, in no particular order. I'm going to start with the arms right here. So the arms are across the entire length of the buggy almost. So just get the arms and the doors, and these are the shoulders. This is all one piece, and you kind of just want to get this thing out of here. And it's pegged in. If you can see in the back of the buggy right there, back here, you can see where these are pegged in. So you can just pop those guys off, but then at the same time, you kind of need to bring the hand out of the front of the vehicle there, just like so. Door's going to pop out, and just bring these guys down and out of the way. Same thing on both sides. You're probably going to break apart the legs while you do that. That's okay, because we're doing the legs next. The legs are interesting and have been a point of contention for a lot of people. So the legs are going to rotate out like so, and then the bumper part is going to rotate down, and then you can rotate these forward. So he has kind of like those with the movie Transformers, these were called chicken legs. But you know, considering that this guy is a werewolf, that actually makes perfect sense that the legs are shaped this way. It makes it a little difficult to pose, but we'll get to that when we get to robot mode. So do the same thing here, and these guys will actually click. It's a very soft click. You're probably not going to hear it, but it actually does click into place. And then right here, there's a rotation at the thigh, so you can straighten that out, and that's going to be your legs right there. So go ahead and go to the back here. This piece was clipped. If you see that little tab right up there, this piece was clipped up there for vehicle mode. So just untap that from there and bring this whole piece down. This is going to be a tail. This piece right here is going to rotate out to complete said tail. And there you go. You can see how that's starting to look like a wolf right there. Okay, the arms are still out and out of the way. Take the roof of the buggy right here. Bring this piece up. And there's a couple of things going on here. There's multiple hinges here. So what's going to happen is when this piece comes up, these two pieces are going to kind of accordion in. So it's going to bring the head up, and then it's going to bring this back piece of the buggy in to the body like so. Just like that. And then you're going to want to line it up in a way that you can see the slot right here is going to accommodate this tab on the inside of the shoulder. So you're going to want to line this up to where you can peg that in there. So let's see. And it's hard to kind of see in camera. There you go. So that pegged in there, that pegged in there. So there is your chest all the way done. Take your arms right here. The forearms are going to extend. They're on that little slider right there. And then the door panels are going to fold in to kind of fill in the arms. And the shoulders, or not the shoulders, the elbows are on the ratchet themselves, and they're pretty tight. They can be a little difficult to and sometimes scary to bend, because when you look at this, it all looks so thin and so frail. And these I was going to call them shoulders again. These elbows can be really, really tight. So do be careful with those, because while I haven't had any problems rotating my elbows around and stuff like that, it just feels so tight that it can be scary. So just kind of keep an eye on those. Don't break them. And there, bring the tail down. And there is Steeljaw in robot mode, and I think he looks like he's about to fall over. Hang on. I think he looks awesome. Check this guy out. So yeah, he is a werewolf, a robot werewolf from Cybertron. You can't get any crazier than that. I think he looks amazing. Here in robot mode, Steeljaw is approximately 4.5 inches tall. He's a little shorter than Steeljaw was. That's at the head anyway. If you go up to the shoulders here, he's about 5.5. So he actually does beat her out a little bit. We'll bring her in just for comparison, as you can see. If you want to count the shoulders as height. For articulation, he's got a hinged head, so his head can spin around. His shoulders are interesting because he's got that hinge right up here, so you can go in and out with it, but it looks like it could break it up a little bit. And then you've also got a rotation. He doesn't rotate all the way around. He does have some panels that make it stop right there. Okay, you've got a rotation at the bicep right there. You saw the rotation at the elbow. What I do, what I have found that works really well for me is to actually pull on the fist while I'm rotating, and that actually seems to lessen the tension on the elbow. So nothing at the wrist. No waist rotation, ball jointed hips. So you've got some in and out. He is a little hindered because the top of the hip is closed, so he doesn't go out all the way. Due to transformation, he's got rotation right there at the thigh. He does have a knee bend that's also part of the transformation, and he does have a little bit of the foot tilt, again, because of transformation. And then if you go to the back, he's got a tail that is articulated in 3 points. He's got a hinge at the base of the tail. He's got a ball joint about halfway down, and he's got another ball joint for the tip. And this is pretty cool because now the feet, you can position the feet. It is possible to pose this guy and stand him up, and he stands perfectly fine, as you can see right there. All I did was just bring the feet in one click, and he's standing perfectly fine. And you can see he's balancing himself perfectly fine. He stands great. But if you want to give him a little bit of height and you want to extend the legs all the way out, again, it is possible to stand him, but it does become a little trickier to do so with the legs extended all the way out. That's where the tail comes in. You can actually use this tail as a third leg to help stand him up and to help support him when you've got him standing around like this. So that's really cool. I really enjoy this figure so much. I think it's a really, really cool concept that translated really well in the figure. I am really enjoying this figure so much, guys. I think it's just so cool. It's so crazy that it's so cool. So he's got his Wolverine claw here. The only thing I'm going to say is that I wish they would have made 2 of these. Obviously, it's not the same exact mold won't work because if you put it over here, it's going to be kind of backwards. So this guy looks like it's made to be on the on his left arm. So when you put that on, he kind of looks like he's got those Wolverine claws there, and we'll see if we can get him into a pose where he can really showcase those. Because I really just I love the idea of a Cybertronian werewolf with Wolverine claws. It's so good. So yeah, there he is. Check it out. There is Steeljaw looking all angry and like he's gonna rip up some people or some bots or just do some damage. He looks awesome. I really like it, guys. Yeah, like I said, it's not these aren't like the best figures ever. You know, they're nothing new, I don't think, but they're pretty good figures that I think have been getting an unfair negative rap online, and they're worth checking out. So if you got the expendable cash, if you run across these guys, you find them at a good price. Definitely check this out. Check them out. Strong Arm's pretty good. She's definitely not my favorite. I do like her. I don't want that to sound negative because I do enjoy her. But Steeljaw here, I just fell in love with this figure. I think he is amazing. He's really, really cool. So I'll bring him in one last time, and we'll get out of here. I think that is going to do it for Transformers 2015 Robots in Disguise Steeljaw. Please leave me a comment, give me some thumbs up, subscribe and share with your friends if you like what you see, and I'll talk to you next time.